Now, everybody that reads comic books knows that Kirby Silver Surfer is the only true Silver Surfer. Now, am I right or wrong?
And here we go.
It's the comic book bullies.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
It's the comic book bullies.
You will bow down before me!
It's the comic book bullies.
Now I am the master.
It's the comic book bullies. It's the comic book bullies.
The following contains offensive language and spoilers. Listener discretion is advised.
Let's start the circus. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies. Notice the William host Leroy, aka I might delete this later, with my co-hosts.
Yeah, this is Eli, aka Boring Rad.
See, you start off already. No, okay, we're not going there. We're not going there so far. We're actually trolling everybody right now. We're actually gonna talk about just normal, regular, everyday shit, and we just posted that shit just to get you all riled up. Anyway,
Actually, I was watching the movie Rad. So
is there a movie Rad? I don't.
Oh yeah, the BMX movie. It's all classic cinema.
I guess. Oh no. Anyway, shout out to everybody here, and plus our third co-host, the AI. Because
The AI, yep,
Yeah.
they're doing everything for us.
they're doing it, and eventually
Everything.
they will. Eventually
Work,
they will, because
Think,
this
the
podcast,
yeah,
our jobs.
yeah.
Shoot. Yeah, we're back with another episode. Sorry we missed last week. Crazy shit happened in the week. I had some personal shit going on that I'm not gonna get into because it's none of y'all fucking business, But we're back now. And we're just gonna get into it. And a bunch of other stuff happened this week. Eli, you know what? Let's talk about briefly, because like I said, we missed 2 weeks. Let's catch up. For instance, I think tonight was WrestleMania.
Oh yeah. I was watching it. Yeah.
You watched it? I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
I know everybody's saying it's the greatest WrestleMania of all time, and that I didn't watch it. I don't know what the fuck going on. All I want to say to everybody that watched WrestleMania, you're welcome. So,
Yeah.
do you want to know why I'm saying you're welcome?
Sure. Once you enlighten us.
Okay, the reason I'm saying you're welcome because obviously The Rock made this thing the most electrifying thing in wrestling, sports, whatever like that. The Rock is back in WrestleMania, in WWE, whooping ass, taking names, the high chair, high chief, final
boss
mission, or whatever the fuck comes. I don't know what the fuck comes out. The whole point is you're welcome, because the only reason he's back in WWE because Black Adam flopped.
Yeah. We were
That's
talking
it.
about that. We were actually talking about that shit. Like, he needs a job now.
He needs a job now. I mean, shit, he can't go back to DC or whatever the fuck he's doing. So he's got to do something else in the meantime while they're doing some shit. I think the XFL flopped or some shit like that. WWE.
He ain't into Fast and Furious no more and shit.
Yeah, he ain't Fast and Furious no more. So this is easy money. Yeah, go back to wrestling. So you're welcome.
Mhm.
You wouldn't have all this without Black Adam flopping. There you go. What else we got? The eclipse. We're gonna talk about the eclipse.
Oh, sure.
It happens today. Sure. All I can say is that here's my advice for everybody. When the eclipse happens, look directly into it.
Well, I can. It's rain. It's gonna be raining here for the next 2 days, so I can be able to
Oh,
see
it's
it
gonna be
anyway.
I think it's gonna be raining here also. But yeah, just look directly into the eclipse. That way you can just tell your job tomorrow, hey, I can't.
We always miss the shit up here. We missed the last eclipse because it was cloudy here. I think I know I've seen a couple of lunar eclipses here and there, but maybe when I was a little kid, I remember it getting dark during the day.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we're gonna get like 80% or some shit where we at. So
Yeah,
we'll check it out. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean,
All
you're
right.
not supposed to look directly at it, so and I ain't.
You're not supposed to.
Yeah,
But
and
who
I
you
ain't
gonna
getting no
listen to?
glasses for it either. So it's like I'm not gonna, And
I
then
was
it's
trying
supposed
to
to
find
be.
I couldn't find it. So, but who you gonna listen to? Your doctors or me? Trust me. Look directly into it. Stare into the abyss, and the abyss will stare back. All right, can we talk about some of this shit? Like I said, we missed last week, so let's kind of catch up real quick. I'm gonna just briefly talk about this. We're gonna talk about a movie that I saw last week. I saw Godzilla plus Kong. So it's not a versus movie. This is a buddy cop movie.
Oh, it's Anne. Oh, it's not
Anne.
hard.
It's
It's not hard. Godzilla loves Kong.
Not Godzilla love Kong. Is they love-hate relationship is cross Kong. So basically think 48 hours is that, but with monsters. That's what it is.
Okay.
buddy cop movie. It's basically WWE SmackDown with monsters. That's all it is to it. Look, I'm not gonna do it. Spend a whole time on this. I'm just give it to you straight what it is. Humans suck. Monsters awesome. 3.5 out of 5. Boom. There it is. So
I heard Mothra's in this.
Mothra is in this.
That's cool. I'm excited for that now.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm gonna get too deep into it because I'm not the Godzilla aficionado. So when Eli watches it on HBO Max, then we can deep dive into it. You can be like, oh, this is blah 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 blah.
What does it really mean?
Why did I go down the rabbit hole and actually saw some philosophical debates on this movie, Godzilla versus Kong? Like what? And honestly, Eli, when you see it, I'm gonna just break some down and see if you see the same shit I saw. Like the actual, it's not. What was that movie? Godzilla -1. It's not that.
Yeah.
You're not gonna come this Godzilla movie and thinking like, damn, I'm thinking about life differently now. Like it's not that. It's exactly. Okay.
Yeah, this looks like the campy show or shit. That's what it looks like. Yeah,
Yeah, it's even camping than what it's been. That's what I'm saying. Like they've taken a step further. Like, oh, y'all thought we were like, no, we're going balls deep into this shit now. I'm like, okay, they not holding back. So, like I said, when you watch it, we will talk about it. Until then, that's my review. 3.5 out of 5. Humans suck. Monster cool. Boom. That's it. No. Past that. All right, we can move on past to the next thing we're going to talk about. Eli, are you ready?
Am I ready?
Yes, to talk about Invincible.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
I knew it was going to throw you for a loop. You and everybody else right there. So, so we're going to talk about Invincible Season Finale. It's done. The season 2 is over with. So, and I'm just going to briefly talk about everything that happened into it. I had some predictions about what I thought was going to happen at the beginning of the season and let you know whether or not it happened. So, did we get Spider-Man? No. And yes.
Okay.
Let me explain. Because we didn't get Spider-Man. I think I'm going out or whatever like that. I'll come back in. We didn't get Spider-Man, but what we did get was Agent Spider.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the thing is, they couldn't get the rights to Spider-Man. We know they couldn't get the rights to Spider-Man. Even though Spider-Man was in the original comic, the episode was based off of, they couldn't get him. Big deal like that. So, but here's the thing. Not only did they get Agent Spider, who had the exact same powers as Spider-Man, and fought Prof Ock instead of Doc Ock, instead of instead of tentacles on his back, he had them on his head. It's kind of the same thing when I say that. And even had the guy that voiced Spider-Man in the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon to do this. So,
okay.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. So we had that guy there. But here's the thing. It wasn't just that; it had a bunch of other stuff going on also. Like they didn't just go because the thing was he was fighting a villain that kind of has multiverse powers and shit like that. So he went to the Marvel universe with him, but he also met Batman. But they didn't show Batman. He just talked to Batman in the background. He went to the Walking Dead.
Batmanuel.
Batmanuel. He didn't he never said his name, but you just saw a cape flapping. And he was obviously talking to Batman, but didn't show him. He went to the Walking Dead. Like I said, Robert Kirkman, who created Invincible, also created Walking Dead, which in the comic, that's the same exact comic. It was based off it also.
Why not Spawn? Like
Todd McFarlane is
Spawn or Gen 13 or
they got those weird rights going on.
Savage
like
Dragon. I mean, come on.
Savage Dragon was and the thing is, Savage Dragon was all through the Invincible comics, like the early run.
Yeah,
he was all through it. He just showed up nobody just hanging out, like, hey, Invincible, what y'all doing? Never showed up in this book,
What was that? Was that image? Was that what was that book? Crossover? Was that the one? Was that on Image?
Yeah.
Was. Where it basically did that. It was all meta and deep and shit.
Yeah, he was
full of member berries.
Chip Zdarsky was spooning himself and shit.
Yeah.
Like this got to be a metaphor for something, but I'm scared to look into this metaphor. So that's good. Like I said, he Walking Dead. So when he popped out of the multiverse thing, he Negan's bat from Walking Dead. He smacked the bad guy with that, even though they didn't show Negan. I'm pretty sure. I think I saw Skeletor. Skeletor from He-Man.
Yeah. No, I'm just trying to think because there were those skeleton or He-Man crossover books. Was that IDW though?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they designed them differently, so you don't look like. But if you look at it, you like, is this based on Skeletor.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see, was that all the multiverse stuff that was going on? I think it's all the multiverse stuff that's going on. But like I said, it wasn't just about the multiverse stuff. It was actually a deep, emotional story that was going on.
It was Skeletor.
Skeletor, legally we can't call it Skeletor, but yeah, that's what's going on. So yeah, that's what was happening, and it was, like I said, deep emotional story, a lot of stuff going on. It sets up a season 3. I really hope we get a season 3. I'm pretty sure this is getting a lot of buzz, so I think a season 3 will be no problem. Like I said, it had parallels from the last episode when Omni-Man was beating his ass, then when he was beating the bad guy's ass, and this one, like, you could see it go back and forth, like he's basically Invincible is like slowly turning into his father. I like that.
Okay.
That's the emotional crux of it. But yeah, I'm just wanting to keep this going. Like I said, it's faithful to the book. It's been a while since I read the book, so when I see this stuff and it's shocking, I'm like, oh yeah, that did happen, But the stuff they changed is the stuff they kind of have to change. Like, instead of Spider-Man, you got Man Spider, or whatever the fuck you want to call him,
Yeah.
But here's the thing, like I said, not just on season, like the end of season 3, but this is a very big thing I want to talk about that might happen in season 3. Anisha shows up. And at first I'm like, hell yeah, Anisha shows up. And then I'm like, oh shit, Anisha
I don't think I made it that far in the comics. I never read the whole series. I dropped off after a while.
It's good for you. Good for you. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like, people are seeing this in the comments, and all like, oh, that's my waifu and all this shit like that. And they're showing all kind of crazy ass thirst traps and shit like that. I'm like, no, this is one of the most hated bitches in comics of all time. Like, even then, I was hoping they wouldn't even put her in this show. But she's here, and I'm like, oh shit, I hope they don't do that. Oh, can I spoil it for you, Eli? They didn't show it in the show, but can I spoil what happened in the comics years down the road?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So the point is she's a bad guy in the show, and what she wants to do is have a baby with Mark. And guess what? She does it without his permission.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, I'm me personally, I'm hoping they don't go that route to the storyline, because it like emotionally kind of really and mentally fucked them up, So I'm kind of not like to say, for anybody that's went through that, men or women, I think that may be triggering for them. And I think in a comic, okay, you can get away with the comic back in the 2000s like that, but now probably not. Probably don't go that route.
Yeah.
So
I mean, yeah.
So
the internet will not respond kindly to
the internet is not ready for this, right? I mean, if they do that on this cartoon, no, I can honestly, I don't even want to know the internet backlash that will happen then. Let's just leave that in the comic where only a handful of us read, and just go from there. That's my thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that means we move on to the next part of the podcast.
Sure.
Okay, now Eli, now are you ready?
Am I ready?
Yes, to talk about X-Men 97.
Okay, so I'm talking about X-Men.
You talk about right, the X minutes.
Well, yeah, I finally watched it. Well, the new episodes. I never watched all the other ones, the old ones.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But I did watch was it 4 episodes? 3 or 4 of them?
I think it's 4 episodes, yeah.
And they're fine. It's X-Men shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Madeline Pryor shit, like, okay. And then they started having the psychic battle, and I went, oh.
That's one of the best parts about the X-Men, though.
The psychic battles where they go into the astral planes and shit, and what's real and what's not real. So yeah, but yeah, it did that storyline where Madeline Pryor's Cable's mom and all that shit, and you called it. Storm lost her powers.
Mm-hmm.
She got shot with a gun that takes away her powers, and then at the end of the episode, she meets up with Forge. So, and then the next episode. So this newest episode 4, the last one that just came on. It's like 2 stories, almost like an anthology, which I thought was kind of whack, because I was starting to get into the Forge Storm storyline, and then it got cut off.
Then it just ended. Yeah.
Yeah, but the first one where Jubilee and Berto go to Mojo World and go in a video game. It's like Tron and shit.
Okay, Eli, is it me or does Mojo suck?
Yeah, Mojo sucks.
Okay, I've always thought Mojo sucked. I never understand why they push him so hard.
We were like because I watched Legion, the FX show Legion, and we were wondering, that was like a theory, like, was Mojo the villain? Because we kept seeing the face, this eerie looking, Jabba the Hutt looking face and shit. And so before it got revealed that it was the Shadow King, we were thinking, is that Mojo? Like, oh man. But it turned out to be the Shadow King, and Legion was a really weird show and all that shit. But yeah, the Mojo show, or the Mojo little snippet, was all right. But I did get into the Forge and Storm, finding out, Forge is, a nerd who builds, machines and shit, and built the weapon that took away her powers and shit. And but then she gets
from that comic episode. So
yeah, and then they teased, is that the adversary at the end?
I want to say it was. So let me ask you this about the adversary, because I'm not too familiar with them. Are they trying to say that's the devil?
Well, adversary is like a kind of like Freddy Krueger or something. I mean, I'm not too familiar with them either. But he showed up recently in an Echo comic. Like Echo fought him a couple years ago.
He's still around. Okay.
Yeah, he fought like when was it that Phoenix song, that Echo Phoenix song? Because she like went into like this time warp, and he like basically tempted her, like, I'll save your parents. I'll save your parents from being killed. Basically gave her an alternate life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's some kind of weird alternate dimension dream world or whatever. He's I don't know. It reminded me of Freddy Krueger though.
Okay.
But yeah, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, and then it ended. I was like, oh man.
Well,
so I
looked at the kind of list, and they're gonna have a life death part 2 or some shit, like that. So
because like Forge does end up in the comics, he ends up like going to the spirit world or the astral realm to save Storm and all that.
Mm-hmm.
He goes on a journey, a spiritual journey.
Because he already said he was in love with it, but I thought that was kind of pretty fast. He just like that.
Yeah, I think they're just getting to that. They're speeding through that.
Yeah, when they actually took time in the comics, we got to know each other and all stuff like that.
The Cliff Note version of the Storm Forge romance. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I got into that, and it ended. I was like, oh man, now I gotta watch the next episode.
That's how they get you.
It's like, damn it, am I into the X-Men now? Shit.
These are your stories now, Eli. This is your soap opera.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought it was all right. I am like I said, I am digging that metal version of the Marvel theme, that Marvel fanfare. I thought that's pretty cool. But yeah, it was all right. It's cool.
Nice. Okay. All right. So now we're going to move on to the next part of the podcast. I think where we at. Okay. So this has been a big thing. This has been a big thing that's been going on this week. They've announced in Fantastic Four casting. We're here now, Eli. We're in the thick of it. Yep.
We're in the shit.
We're knee deep in the shit. Trying to see where I got this picture of it. Yeah, so they got this actress. I don't know who she is. I thought she was in Yellowstone or some shit. That's what I think people tell me.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with her either. So
basically, there's 2 shows I never watched. Anyway, so apparently she has been cast as the Silver Surfer. So Eli, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. All I know is that when I was online and I saw this news break, and I just said simply in the comment section, I thought Silver Surfer was a dude. That's all I said. And the shit hit the fan right there. All hell broke loose just for me just saying this shit right there. What the fuck you mean you fuck? And I got called all kind of
assuming genders.
Right.
You cis straight male. How dare you?
Just a simple. I thought Silver Surfer was a dude. Start all this shit. That's all I said. All of a sudden, I'm all kind of ist. I'm all kind of phobes. I'm all kind of sales and all this shit like that. Like I'm a card carrying January 6th. Right-wing MAGA. That's all I said. I thought Silver Surfer was a dude. And the thing is, I can't avoid. Why are you fucking always whining about shit? Why you like? I can't just say shit. I can't say anything. Like, Eli, is the world going crazy? That's all I want to know.
Yeah. The reactionaries react to the other reactionaries for reacting, not how they want them to react.
Right. I mean, that's all I said. And you got all these people saying like, well, why does the Silver Surfer have to have a dick? Why can't he just she just fly around space with no dick? I'm like, well, why does she have to be a chick? Why can't the Silver Surfer be a dude? Why can't the Silver Surfer look like the Silver Surfer? Why is that controversial? Now, here's my thing about this. I'm not in it like, I don't care about this culture war bullshit that I know Disney is poking the bear at right now, which is why we're all having this conversation. Everybody's going nuts like that. Like, I have no problem with women superheroes. I don't. I watched all 3 seasons of Batwoman. That should tell you something right there. I don't care. I'm not like this. I want all my heroes to be this and that, like that. All I'm saying is that I grew up a Silver Surfer fan. Silver Surfer was my dude growing up, just like Hulk, just like Thor, just like I saw Silver Surfer flying through there fighting Thanos.
Well, that's like, you know what, dude? That's where you fucked up. That's your mistake. That's what you get for liking something, asshole.
Right.
That's what you get for wanting to see something fucking cool. So that's your own damn fault.
Right. I mean, is it, I'm not asking too much for Marvel to adapt a thing to look like a thing I remember. That's all.
Nope. That's too much, man. That is too much. It's too much to be a fan of something and wanting to see the accurate version of the thing you're a fan of. That's too much. So fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck your fandom. Fuck off.
Right. Like, that's all I want, man. Just look, and people keep saying it shouldn't matter about whether Silver Surfer has a dick or not. All should matter is the story and the direction. The story's gonna suck. We know that.
Yeah.
How far are we into post Endgame Marvel right now? 4 years. We should know what Marvel's going to do, so we know that. So the bare minimum I'm asking Marvel to do is to adapt characters that look like the characters I know. If you make a Black Panther movie, show me somebody looks like Black Panther. I'm going to see it. Captain America, show me somebody looks like Captain America. Okay, I see it. Hulk, I see it. So if you adapt Silver Surfer, let me see Silver Surfer. No, I can't have that. That's asking me too much. Fuck me. And you know, here's my thing, Eli. Here's my thing. Okay, now you know me. I agitate people online a lot, you know, and you've read the comment section in our comments. You know, I've been called everything but a child of God in those comment sections. But the one thing that offended me is when somebody said, "I don't know comics." That shit offended me. That I took that shit personal. I'm like, what the fuck? Because what they trying to tell me is that because all of a sudden I started realizing that not only has Marvel and Deadline put all this bullshit out, they've been rewriting history. They've been retconning everything. They've been on IMDb. They've been on Wikipedia and saying bullshit like, okay, first off, let's talk about what they're doing. Because I put on there that she's been gender swapped, but it's Shalabal. Now, yes, Shalabal has been in Silver Surfer comics since there's been Silver Surfer comics. That is true. That is a thing. Yeah. However,
just as Norrin Rad's wife.
And that's it. That's all she's been. That's it.
I've seen those. I've seen, she's had this rich history in Marvel Comics as his fucking wife.
And that's all she's ever been.
Yes.
Every now and then he'll give her cosmic powers where she can like create life and shit. That's it. That's it. As far as this, she's been Silver Surfer since the 60s. No, the fuck. And people telling me, why don't you read a fucking comic? She's been a Silver Surfer since the 60s. Like, no, she hasn't.
No.
Now, I'll tell you the one comic where she was. Eli, you're going to flip out when you hear this shit. Okay, what they're referring to is the Earth X comic. There was a alternate universe, what if comic in the 90s is what they're referring to. Now, let me tell you this. Shalabal shows up in this comic, like the entire 12-issue run, she shows up in 3 panels. Mm-hmm. 3 panels. And she's killed off in the 3rd. Mm-hmm. And they forget about it. They don't talk about it ever again. And on top of that, not only that, she's in the book with Norrin Rad, with the other Silver Surfer, and she doesn't even have her own board. She's writing on his board. So how is she the Silver Surfer? She don't even have a surfboard. But they're saying that's the Silver Surfer since the 1960s. 3 things. That's it. So because she showed up in an alternate universe book in 3 panels in the 90s, they're saying that qualifies her as a Silver Surfer. Like what the fuck
and here's my thing. When I heard about this, my reaction, same thing. I was like, oh Jesus, here they go again. They couldn't just do an accurate portrayal of Silver Surfer and there'd be no bitching. There would be no bitching. You know,
nobody would complain, right?
No,
we would be happy to see the movie. We were like, hey, they doing Silver Surfer again. Let me
I was
go
excited.
See this movie.
But now, this is
stuck, and I would have been, hey, I saw Silver Surfer. I'm good.
Yeah, and I was like, this is an alternate version of Silver Surfer because this is an alternate version of Fantastic Four, and I'm like, oh shit.
Here we go again.
Here we look.
Eli, you know what else was an alternate version of Fantastic Four? The last Fantastic Four movie.
Fan Four Stick? Yeah.
Fan Four Stick. They were alternate universe also. And guess what? They had Silver Surfer in that.
Where they didn't go to space, they went to inner space or some bullshit.
Or whatever, negative zone, whatever bullshit.
The negative zone.
Yeah. So my thing is this: they saying they can't do another Silver Surfer because they already did a Silver Surfer. They redid Hulk a bunch of times. They redid Captain America a bunch of times. They redid the Fantastic Four a bunch of times. Did they change that shit? No.
They redid Spider. They got 1,000 versions of
How
Spider.
many Spider-Mans they got? They
won't even let.
now. Are they turning Blade into a chick?
They won't even let. Yeah, they won't even let Miles star in his own movie. They got to throw 1,000 other Spider-Men in this movie.
Right. So my thing is this. Okay, so Shia LaBeouf was Silver Surfer for 3 panels and died off. Guess who was a Herald of Galactus longer than her? Aunt May. Also in a alternate universe when she became the Herald of Galactus. She was the whole issue. So she was there for 3 issues. So why don't you have Marissa Tomei come back and be the Herald of Galactus if you want to do that? So
yeah. No,
another point I'm trying to see right here. Not there, Shia LaBeouf. Another point I'm trying to make. No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It would be like this. Remember when they made Miles Morales Storm?
Oh, fuck.
So it would be like if you make Miles Morales Storm. It happened in the comics.
Where he was rapping. Wasn't he rapping the whole time?
Like he's Thor. You can do it. Like, no, nobody wants to see that shit. Nobody was ever asking for a Shia LaBeouf Silver Surfer. No one gave a shit. Even the comic she was in, nobody gave a shit. We want to see Norman Rad Silver Surfer. It ain't about being a dude and all this shit like that. No, we just want to see the character that we recognize. That's all. So, and the thing is, I'm not even tripping on, I don't want to see women and shit like that. I promise you it's none of that. Because guess what, Eli, if they had did, because Galactus has a bunch of heralds. So if they would have did one of the female heralds, I would have had no problem. This is Nova. She's a female herald of Galactus.
Mm-hmm.
In the comics, she has a major storyline. Matter of fact, she's Human Torch's girlfriend. And she had to choose between Johnny Storm and Galactus. And that's a love story right there. That's a story you can wrap around right there. If they would have went that route. And nobody would have complained. I would have been like, okay, I would have been like, okay, they're doing something different. And I would have been on board. I wouldn't have said shit. I would have went to go see that. But no, they can't do that. They gotta fuck things up on purpose. And here's my thing, Eli. This is what really, really pisses me off right now. I hate the rant. Because here's the thing, Eli. Anytime we say shit, we sound like those guys. You know those guys?
Yeah, we do know. I do know.
We do. That's the thing. And I'm not, notice we didn't throw around woke and we didn't throw around ESG or DEI. What the fuck they talking about? We didn't say any of that shit. We just talking about just care. I don't care about that. I just want to see Silver Surfer. That's it. I just want to see him. That's all, because I was a fan of that character. Now you're like, we don't know how it gets weirder, because we're not the only ones that are upset with this news. Guess who else is upset with this news? Lakeith Stanfield.
Oh, yeah.
You know the reason he's upset with it, because there's a cryptic message that he's already deleted. He put in there and said, I thought I was going to be Silver Surfer, but I guess, that's the message he put in there when he heard the news, the same that we heard. Now, here's the thing, Eli. Here's what's funny about it. I saw it when he posted, because I heard some chat on Twitter, so I did it. And I put it in our stories, like the Comic Book Bullies Instagram stories. I put it in stories like that. Guess who was the first person to look at that story?
Who?
Lakeith Stanfield.
No shit.
He was in our stories. Yes, he was in our stories looking at our shit. I like, the fuck? I was almost like, is he going to say something? Should I be ready? I didn't know if he was going to DM us or whatever like that. But anyway, the moment he did that, he looked in our stories when I did it. I was like, guess what? He gonna delete this shit. Let me screenshot this right. So this is me screenshotting this shit because I knew what was gonna happen. So when I woke up the next morning, guess what? He deleted the post. That's why I had screenshot and shit and posted on our page also, because I knew he was gonna screenshot. No, he didn't want to fuck himself up when he did that shit. Because when he posted, it was a lot of comments. He was like, "Man, let her cook, let her cook." We're like, "Fuck, I want to cook too." so he was like legit upset over this shit, because I don't know what that process was, what that Marvel promised him when he was in the running of it. But Eli, tell me how Marvel's not fucking up if he was in the running, that they went with, what's her face over him.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing this multiverse thing that I'm tired of. That's just me. I didn't watch Loki. I didn't like the first season of Loki. I didn't watch the second season of Loki. I thought the last Doctor Strange was all right, and I'm a Sam Raimi fan. I'm just not into the Flash and all that. I'm getting tired of this shit. So when I heard, oh, this is another version of Fantastic Four, it's a multiverse version of Fantastic Four. I'm like, oh Christ.
Right.
Same
And
thing
they
with
didn't
like
have to do that.
or the Beast when that
Yeah.
the on the Marvels,
Right.
the fucking after credit
Yeah,
scene.
she hopped over and shit. Yeah.
The Beast is from another universe. So what are the mutants from another universe? Like, is that
Yeah,
how they're gonna?
That's what they're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of dumb. I think.
Yeah. But she's in another universe, but not in the Fox universe. A different.
No,
X-Men.
like they're not in the MCU. They're not in the main MCU.
They're not even in the Fox universe. Oh, and
Yeah.
Deadpool's going to be a multiverse.
Yeah, and that So I was just like, not interested
And I'll be
as
honest
much
with
as
you,
I,
Eli,
I'm not as excited as I was.
Well, here's the thing. Even female Silver Surfer aside, I'm not sold on the cast. I still don't like Pedro Pascal as Miss Fantastic. I don't like that chick as Sue Storm.
Mm-hmm.
I saw her in a bunch of shit. I'm like, she don't impress me. I like
You wanted Coco, Ice-T's wife.
Yes, that's what I wanted. Bam, bam, bam. You know, she could have been female Silver Surfer, and I wouldn't complain.
But no, like who knows? Maybe Lakeith Stanfield's going to be Doctor Doom, and that's why he deleted that post. And he didn't want to lose his job and shit.
So yeah, like hey, like Marvel called him and Kevin Feige, hey, you better shut the fuck up.
Yeah, because you ain't going to be, or you ain't getting to be Doctor Doom, and that would shatter my hopes in seeing Megan Thee Stallion as Doctor Doom.
Let's just go for it. If we're just gonna do weird
shit, and I
it.
posted today just to be an asshole. I just posted Melissa McCarthy as Galactus. Like, fuck it, if we're just making an alternate version and making a parody or whatever, let's just fucking go for all out stupidity. Because people are like, oh, I would totally watch that if Megan Thee Stallion was Doctor Doom. I would totally. Well, then fuck it. Let's just go for stupidity and not give us the accurate portrayal of what we want to see. You're not giving the fans what they want, so fuck it. Just go for dumbness. Go for a parody.
We've been asking for Marvel to finally do a Fantastic Four movie. Like, just give it to Marvel. Give it to Marvel so they can do this shit right. Yeah. And this is what they do.
Yeah.
Now people are saying that there may be some misinformation, like maybe Norrin Radd will still show up and maybe she'll just be a Silver Surfer. But here's my problem, Eli. Here's my problem. The way they worded it, the way Deadline worded it, they worded it on purpose. So even if Norrin Radd does show up, they worded it on purpose so we can act in the ass like we're doing right now. Well,
here's my thing about Norrin Radd.
Yeah.
And I'm taking it back. I'm going into comic book history. I'm taking it back to Kirby, Kirby and Stan Lee. Jack Kirby and Stan Lee. Silver Surfer was created by Jack Kirby, and he meant Silver Surfer to be like a fallen angel. His words.
Galactus is a god. Silver Surfer is an angel. Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. This cosmic being that has no human emotion. And in that first story, Sue Storm teaches Silver Surfer about humanity and the value of life. And that's what brings him to spare Earth. So it's this cosmic being with no humanity, no regard for human life, ends up appreciating the value of life. And that's the timelessness of that story. That makes the Silver Surfer an interesting character. It was after Stan Lee got a hold of Silver Surfer and retconned him and turned him into Norrin Radd, a scientist who made a deal with Galactus to save his loved ones, to say, because he did it all for the glory of, basically gave him humanity, and that's where Kirby was always mad. Like, that's why Kirby left and went and made the new guys, because he meant Silver Surfer to be like this cosmic godlike being, So yeah, that's my thing with Norrin Radd. Yeah, I know Silver Surfer's Norrin Radd. I know that's been a thing for decades and shit, and I'm cool with it. But that's a timeless tale. That original first appearance of Silver Surfer is a timeless story, and that's a more interesting story to me than Norrin Radd and Norrin Radd's wife and him doing it for the nookie. And you know what I mean? That's just my thing. So call me whatever you want, but that's what I think.
You sis.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And we get spammed again. We just get hacked.
I can't even read that shit. I need my glasses. Yeah.
Happy Eclipse Day. Yeah, I need mine too. Happy Eclipse Day, love and respect from California. Who that might? Shout out to Mike Kolak. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, thanks for listening.
Yeah. I thought it was gonna be another hack post, but nah, that was actually sincere. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on right now. Like I said, I hate doing this because we sound like those other assholes that just like are grifters that just say shit just to inflame, just so you can do inflammatory shit. But no, we really mean this shit. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's why I didn't engage. I didn't want to engage, because I knew what if I were to say no, I don't like this, then people were going to come after me and call me whatever, and I'm a conservative asshole who doesn't like women and all, all that shit, and I was like, fuck, just because yeah.
And the thing is, even if you just avoid, even if you just say I don't like it, then that's all you gotta say, and then they just say you're this and you're that and whatever, and you're whining and you're complaining, and why don't y'all shut the fuck up? And like, damn, I can't voice an opinion. Jake, what's going on? Y'all sound like what did he say? I knew it. Damn it, Jake. Damn it.
Damn it. Did he just dude, you just plugged them on our show.
Yes. You bad, Jake. You bad. No, I get it, Jake. The point, that's what we're trying not to sound like that, but I understand that there's no way for us to not sound like that. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Even though we really have because they harp on this shit all the time. They're gonna make 4 or 5 videos on this bullshit all the time. I'm gonna talk about this shit once and I'm done. That's it. I don't have the energy to keep talking about this shit over and over again. That's what I'm going to say what I got to say.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I said, by their logic, if you don't like Madam Web, if you think Madam Web sucked as a movie, well, then you're a fucking, a homophobic, fucking women-hating, incel piece of shit too.
Oh, thanks, Eli. I'm glad you say that. Not only am I called right-wing incel asshole, right-wing January 6th, I was also called gay. For this. Here's the thing. Why you want to do with his balls swinging out, naked ass in space and shit? Why is that what you want? Is that what you're into? So if I say yes, then it makes me sound suspect. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I guess, yes.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want Silver Surfer. Only he instead of a surfboard, he's standing on his dick, like
surfing on his dick.
He's surfing on his own dick.
So no matter what you do, Eli, you lose. You lose any way of the argument. That's what happened. They've already set up against it because for some reason the internet is still obsessed with defending Disney for this bullshit and everything you do. If you say anything wrong about Disney, you're an asshole. Even though you can call out bullshit they're doing, like this bullshit they're doing right now. Because let me go back to what I was saying. Now, here's my thing about Disney right now, or Marvel in general. Now, Marvel in general, like, let's just call it what it is. I don't care whether you're a fan or you're not a fan. As of right now, in the general public, it is fashionable. It is cool. It is hot in the streets right now to shit on Marvel. Everybody is doing it. It's fun to shit on Marvel. Everybody, regardless whether you like the movies, you understand that everybody is shitting on Marvel right now. So since Marvel is having all these, they had like 2 flops last year out of 3 movies. More flops after that.
They only got 1 movie coming out this year.
They move all their movies back except 1 movie. That's it, which they know is guaranteed money. So if they're having all this negative press going on like that, why would you purposely do this when you know this is what the reaction is going to be? You're going to you're going to change, race change, female civil service, even though we've been telling you over and over again, this ain't the shit we want. Stop ruining characters because that's what you did with Taskmaster. You ruined Taskmaster. So I keep going down a list of other shit they did. So you're doing this on purpose. And here's the thing, I'm just generally asking the question, Eli. Why are they doing this? Like, are they doing this for monetary reasons? Because that doesn't work either. That doesn't work.
Well, we've always known that the MCU was about getting non-comic book fans. That they built their success on hooking non-comic book fans to see these movies. That's why they've made billions. That's why they're successful. Because people who weren't into comics, they made them give a shit about these characters. And it worked for a while. We got pretty much accurate portrayals of all our comic book. Thor looked like Thor. Mm-hmm. Black Widow looked like Black Widow. Everybody looked how they were supposed to look until recently, until I think Black Panther or maybe the success of Fast and Furious. I don't know. They're like, you know what? We got to make diversity. We got to diversity sells. And
Right.
that's where they started changing shit up. And then, basically, and then feed this. It's like this divisiveness,
But my thing is this, Eli. Honestly, if it worked for them, I wouldn't say shit. I'd be like, hey, maybe I'm not for it, but if Disney's making money, go for it. But the thing is, they haven't been making money doing it. Their movies have been flopping more and more and more the more they do this shit. So why would they do this knowing their track record, knowing that they have enough proof, they have enough data to know doing this shit will backfire on them every time. It's already backfiring. If you go on any comment section of any Fantastic Four, everybody's saying the same thing. Well, I was excited for this movie. Now, fuck this movie. Everybody's saying this. So, yeah, you can say shit about the fans and you can say that we're pieces of shit and we're this and we're that and stuff like that. Well, we are the people going to pay the money to go see this shit.
Yeah.
So when you already have negative reactions about this movie before the movie even comes out, what do you think your box office is going to be?
I mean,
results you've been doing.
This is the shit that's been happening with Star Wars is now starting to happen with the MCU.
Nobody hates Marvel worse than Marvel fans.
Yeah, I mean, and for me, and I was always, down for Star Wars, no matter what they did, until Boba Fett came out,
right?
And I'm like, well, how could you fuck that up?
Right.
And the same thing happened to me. Like, hey, I don't like this shit. Well, that's what you get for liking something and wanting to see something cool. You fucking dumbass fan of something, liking some shit. I like to chat. They fucked up your thing, and fuck you. And I'm like, yeah, I get it.
Like, it's just the weirdest thing. Like, you think this would be easy? Just have the Fantastic Four doing wacky shit. Have Galactus eating planets. Dr. Doom maybe show up in the background doing some Dr. Claw, Inspector Gadget shit. Easy.
Yeah.
Silver Surfer going around fucking shit up. Easy. It really is easy.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Sometimes it works, and
it's like they fucking up on purpose.
But like, yeah, it worked with Zendaya played MJ, but that's MJ.
Right.
she's a side character. This is Silver Surfer. You know what I mean?
Right.
Flash Thompson. Yeah, he became Venom eventually, but they ain't gonna make that dude Venom and in any of these movies.
They were just side character nobody cared about.
Yeah, like this is the Silver Surfer,
And they keep saying that, well, nobody cares about the Silver Surfer. Well, we care about the Silver Surfer. Like, there are some Silver Surfer fans out there. I mean, yes, he can't hold the comic. We get that. We understand that. Still, he's a cool looking character. Look at this. There are some people that don't even know his name. They just know this image. They're like, that's a cool ass image. They just like, that's my guy. That's all they need to know. So
yeah.
But Marvel, like, they're tripping over their own feet again. It's like they learn nothing. They're that kid that keeps slamming their hand in the drawer over and over again after you told them to quit doing that shit. So,
yeah. I mean, yeah, April O'Neil in the new, that's because it's April O'Neil. Doesn't matter.
Right.
The turtles still look like turtles. Like in the James Gunn, Perry White, and Jimmy Olsen, because it's Jimmy Olsen and Perry White. Who gives a shit?
Jimmy Olsen was a chick in the Zack Snyder movies. Nobody noticed that.
Yeah, like who gives a shit? It's Jimmy Olsen. Right. We don't care. Just have Superman be Superman. That's all. Right. That's all we care about. So all this bullshit about it's not what you want to see. Well, and so then you're called an asshole for not liking it. That's the thing. It's like you got to like what we like and not like what we like. It's that's the divisiveness. People aren't allowed to like anything.
Here we go. We are the MAGA. Yes. Hold on. Hey guys, what's new? Oh, Cliff, what's going on? Yeah, we just gone full right wing, just MAGA. January 6th. Yeah, we just gone full deep in. That's what people gonna say. And when they hear this shit and they just hear like pieces of what we talking about, that's what they're gonna say. So, they're gonna take all they're gonna clip this all the right sound bites and look at these fucking right wing assholes who hate women. Gonna clip it, like, see, black people are saying the same shit we're saying. That's what we're gonna say.
Yeah.
Oh man, they weaponized us, Eli.
Yeah, so that's what you get for like I said, that's what you get for being a fan.
Oh man, can we move on past this, man? I'm done. I'm done talking about this. Like done.
Yeah.
We're not one of those assholes like the other channels make like 4-5 videos a week. No, This it. I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, that's the thing. We're the gray. This is the internet. It's got to be ones and zeros, like you said. You have to hate it or love it. And because we don't like it, that means we're on the hate side, which means, we get all the labels that comes with not liking this.
Oh man. Let's see. Silver Surfer is a dude. How dare you, Cliff? How dare you? All right, can we move on next part of the podcast?
Yeah.
All right, like I said, it's Comic Book Bullies. We're talking about comic books. We're gonna jump into it. Eli, I'm gonna let you go first. I'm gonna see what you got first.
Well, I didn't read much this week. It was a light week. Spent most of the week reading a book, reading a real book. Not none of these funny books. A book with just words, no pictures. So,
what you been reading? I mean, I know you have a review on here, but
well, The Angel of Indian Lake. It's the book 3, and indigenous horror author Stephen Graham Jones. He's got a slasher series. This is his book. The latest, the third book in the trilogy has just been released, and I've been reading it all. Almost done with it. I should be done with it in the next couple days. So yeah, it was nice to get that week off where I could just dive into that book. So.
Nice.
But as for comics, like I said, I didn't read much. It was a light week for me. Out of just sort of out of boredom, I checked this out. This is Deadpool #1.
Deadpool #1. I'm so glad you read this, so I did.
Is this Cody Ziegler? Is it his?
Yeah, Cody Ziegler. I think is also writing Miles Morales right now.
Miles, yeah, he's writing Miles.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this continues. I think it was Alyssa Wong's run, which I think I only read. That's the thing. I always only read one issue of Deadpool, and it never continues.
Yeah, it's like one is enough. You know what you need to know after that. So
yeah. So I didn't finish Alyssa Wong's run, but they kind of catch you up. So in this picks up right after Deadpool has a dog.
Now, that was in the old run. That was
okay. A daughter, Carnage daughter that popped out of his chest.
Okay.
Yeah, that thing.
No. Like he actually has a real daughter, but
and he's got a real daughter too. She shows up too, but he's got this Carnage wolfhound daughter.
Yeah.
And so he gets hired to go take out some dude. He's a mercenary. He goes and goes to Canada to take out this guy. It turns out
I do notice that Carnage dog thing has 9 tails, so almost like the 9-tailed fox.
Okay, yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm looking too much.
He actually makes references to anime in this. He's talking about Chainsaw Man and shit, which I've never read or watched. So
I heard that is a concept. That's about it.
But anyways, he goes after this guy. He's supposed to take out this guy who has some sort of portal powers or whatever. And when he gets there, some other assassin is there to take him out. And this guy's got magic. He's got magical power. He kind of looked like Moon Knight. And I forget his name. Yeah, but he has magical powers. They end up fighting. Him and Deadpool end up fighting. And dude kills Deadpool, but or sticks him, but Deadpool won't die. And dude's like, holy shit, you can't die. Yep. And then so after the battle, dude takes off, the magic guy takes off. Deadpool at the end ends up going to see his real daughter, and basically here's a phone if you can contact me. You can call me whenever. I miss you, blah, 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 blah. Trying to bond with his daughter. And then that magic guy is like, oh man, there's this dude, he's immortal. His name's Deadpool. And I need to find him because he can teach me about immortality or whatever. So this magic guy is going to go after Deadpool. That's kind of where it ends. So, it was all right. It was the normal Deadpool talking shit. He's not as goofy in this one. He's more self-reflective, if I may.
Yeah, that's my thing. Because bad writers really drive that shit home where they try to be super funny with Deadpool and they just kind of
he's like, it might be psychological. He actually says maybe I joke so much to hide trauma or to hide all the shit I've been through, and that's why I'm always wisecracking and making light of everything because I'm trying to deal with my issues. So that was kind of interesting, you know. And of course, he does say goofy shit like, "Ooh, this fight is really wacky. The artist is going to have a hard time drawing this." So he still, you know, breaks the fourth wall and all that shit.
Wall and shit.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
you know. So there is that in there. But it was all right. I'll give it a 3 out of 5. I'm not sure if I'm going to read the next issue. But like I said, it was a light week, and I just jumped back into Deadpool real quick, you know, because the movie's coming out, you know. I'm sure that's why they're trying to bank on this, you know, ride the Deadpool, milk the Deadpool money. So yeah, I'll give it a 3 out of 5.
Nice. Okay, so Cliff is not reading; he's reading funny books, not reading All Star Squadron. Cliff, I read it also from the 80s. Also, that was actually pretty awesome. I kind of love that book. Yeah. It was pre-crisis before they did everything, but anyway, I've been reading some old shit. I've been reading like those 60 X-Men books.
I saw you posting about that.
They're bad. I see what they got coded. And the thing is,
I'm surprised that they went on as long as they did.
What they did, like around like issue 60, like 61 was a reprint of an old book.
Okay.
So they just kept reprinting the old shit and nobody knew anything. Yeah.
But so still, that's 60 issues, man. That's like,
they made it 60 issues. I don't know, because the thing is, when Stan's run wasn't that good anyway. But when he left, it got like really bad. Like who the fuck are they fighting? Like Merlin Magician? I don't want to see this shit. So I don't know. Oh, but yeah. So I'm like on issue 30 right now. I'm kind of running, but I'm not. I may talk about it when I'm done. When I'm done with the whole 60s thing. But till then, you get the idea. All right, so next book I'm going to do is X-Men. Well, now I'm doing the X-Men book. I'm doing X-Men. I don't even know what this is. 30-something, 40-something, whatever this is, I'm doing that book. The house is falling, of X is falling, everybody's falling. More shit falling. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that, see what's going on. And yeah.
Falling in love.
Yeah. I keep on falling in. Anyway. So you got Sebastian Shaw, the leader of the Hellfire Club, and he's basically saying what he's doing right now. So Sebastian Shaw betrayed the X-Men and now was teamed up with Orchis, but since Orchis don't allow mutants in their organization, he had to basically purge himself of the X genes. So he's a human now. So, but he's doing right now. So he bought with the Hellfire money that he used to finance Krakoa. He bought like the border of Madripoor. Like he bought some property in Madripoor. And he's basically telling his son, Shinobi Shaw, I need you to go there and make sure that nobody that not supposed to be there on the shore of Madripoor is there. So go clear them out and make sure our asset is protected. He's like, yes, father. So he goes there. So they go to Madripoor and they send the Reavers. Now, if you don't know who the Reavers are, you're not an X-Men guy because they've been a thing. They're cyborg, mutant, whatever. They go down there.
Weren't they in Logan? They were in Logan, right?
Yeah. They fight Logan all the time. They fight everybody. Yeah. But they fight Logan all the time, fight the X-Men all the time. And do you remember the Princess Bar? Like I said, we've done some Madripoor books before, and they're going to the Princess Bar, which is a staple in Madripoor. So, and who's hiding out in the Princess Bar? Callisto, the leader of the Morlocks. So it's basically the Morlocks have been she's been hiding out in Madripoor the whole time. So basically the Reavers kick in the door. They're like, Callisto, we know you're in here. And they kick her ass. Yeah. So
that was just the intro.
That was just the intro. Yeah, that's it. So we got the White Queen. And I love how they've been doing this in the book for like the last 3 issues like that. She's doing it. Good news, boppers. You know, the whole And so basically she's putting on her lipstick and she's basically like telepathic to all the mutants about what the plan they're going to do and giving them an update on the war front, how they took down Orchis and took down the spaceship. And now they're saying they need, and Captain Hydra became Captain Krakoa became the new Flag Smasher, evil Steve Rogers, and they saying he's gonna be an issue down the road. We're not worried about him right now. But what we need to do, we need to go to more Madripoor because more Madripoor needs help. But first off, Orchis has found out that we've been in the Morlock tunnels. So the Orchis soldiers are coming down there, for the Morlock tunnels. They're like, where the hell are they? Where they been? And they find the Wolverine, not Wolverine, the Wolverine. And this is actually the exact same panel. Cliff knows what I'm talking about. Cliff remembers this panel. This is the same panel that was in the Dark Phoenix saga when they came looking for the X-Men and all they found was Wolverine in the sewers. Yeah, and it happens exactly what you think. They're like, oh shit, it's the Wolverine, and he just goes Wolverine on their ass. So they shooting at him. It don't fucking matter. You get bam, slash, stab, rip, decapitate. All this shit like that. They just getting body parts just flying all over the place and shit like that. And
Bam,
all you hear
pow.
bam, pow, slash, snicked, all the stuff like that. So you got Emma Frost just like, well, since Orchis wants a mutant massacre so bad, we're going to give them one, courtesy of the Wolverine. So that's how you know it's real when they call him the Wolverine. Yeah. So we go to it, and they have crucified Callisto, marching her down the street of Madripoor. Like, okay, that's a little bit too rough right there. And then who's standing in front of them? Shadow Cat. For those who know this, Kitty Pryde, she's a ninja assassin now. So anyway, and she's basically telling them, free Callisto, and I might not kill you, or free Callisto, and I still might kill you. I haven't decided yet. So she runs at him. They're like, and they're shooting at her while she's running at him. They're like, she's a ghost, and then she chops one in half. Boo, and then just keeps going. And when she frees Callisto, Callisto takes a knife and throws it in. Now everybody's fighting. Everybody's fighting and shit like that. And here Shinobi Shaw shows up. Like I said, Shinobi Shaw is an old school 90s X-Men villain. And Callisto says, I'm going to cut your eyes out. And while she get ready to stab him, Kitty just puts her hand on Shinobi Shaw, like, hold up, I want to hear what he got to say. And Callisto falls through him because Kitty phased him, you know. And she was like, okay, look, the reason I'm here is because my dad sent the Reavers down here to clear out everybody in Madripoor because he's trying to protect an asset. And the asset he's trying to protect is the guy that created Orchis. Because what his plan is that he don't know who's going to win this war. So if the Orchis wins, he's going to put money behind that guy and have him rebuild Orchis from the ground up. And if the X-Men win, well, he's just going to turn that guy in and just get his mutant powers back and pretend like nothing happened. So basically, Sebastian starts trying to play both sides. But Shinobi starts just telling him, I know what the guy is. Just go get him right now. So he tells him, and this is Dr. Devo. Dr. Devo is the one that created Orchis. And while he's looking around, he sees, bam, the X-Men. He like, oh, fuck. The Shaws fucked me over. You're like, oh, well, I kind of knew it was going to happen.
Is that Forge there?
That's Forge. In the front. So you got, okay, roll call. We got Forge, Wolverine, Magic, Miss Marvel, Emma Frost, Sync. I think I got everybody. Okay. Okay.
Magic up there? Yeah, okay.
That's how they got there because she teleported him in there. So yeah.
Okay.
All right. So he like, damn, I knew the Shaw was gonna screw me over. But anyway, so what he did, those crates fell down, and now he said, oh yeah, I got a projector to the negative zone. I'm gonna send you guys there. You know, got the Kirby crackle symbol right there. So yeah. And he basically telling him, yeah, I wanted to wipe you mutants off the way. So basically, how did he get his hands on a negative zone projector? Because when Mr. Fantastic went missing because of that whole Fox Disney dispute where they kind of banned the Fantastic Four and then it went away.
Yeah.
Damage Control seized all of the Fantastic Four's intellectual properties. And since Orchis bought Damage Control, they own Mr. Fantastic shit. So he like, yeah, I got a negative zone projector in here right now. So I wanted to kill all you mutants, but I'd be happy with just sending y'all to another dimension, just straining y'all there. So the negative zone is trying to suck them in, but Sync is like telepathically trying to keep them from going in, but it's only a matter of time before they all get sucked in. And Emma Frost can't hack this guy's mind because he doesn't have one. Orchis had replaced his mind with the robot AI. So yeah, he's basically more sentinel than he is human. So they're sucking in, and Miss Marvel's like, I gotta make a phone call real quick. Emma, do it. So she telepathy transferred their mind to Dr. Doom. So why they call it that? And Miss Marvel's like, oh, please, Dr. Doom, High Chancellor, sir, can you please help us? They're like, fuck y'all won't.
And it's like, Megan Thee Stallion. She goes,
and it's Megan Thee Stallion. So Dr. Doom is like, let me guess, X-Men. Orchis whooping your ass. And like, yeah, how'd you know? Because I'm Dr. Doom. I know this shit. So like, and then so Emma's like telepathy lets him know like real quick what's going on. And Dr. Doom like, what the fuck? They're trying to kill y'all with Reed Richards weapons? Oh hell no, I can't have that. If anybody kills the X-Men, it's gonna be me. Reed Richards is not gonna get credit for that shit. Okay, hell no. I'm sending in my team right now. So he like, I'm sending in the X-Men of Doom. So Doom has his own X-Men team. They're basically Latverdian mutants that he wouldn't allow them to join Krakoa. So they're there and they take out Devo just like nothing. So he's dead. Scrag or Slag, whatever guy's name is, he knocked down that projector and they free the X-Men. So yeah, before they get sucked to the negative zone. And then Wolverine talks to one of them, and he's just like, "Yeah, I remember a time when me and my team had to go rescue some old X-Men from Krakoa." And she just said like that, "Look, Wolverine, y'all can stop the sales pitch. We're not joining the X-Men." Wolverine like, "Yeah, that's what all the best X-Men say." All right, let's go whoop some ass. So Wolverine's trying to recruit these guys. So what are we doing now? Epilogue, we go to Cyclops, who telepathy talking to Emma Frost, and Nimrod's like, "Are you talking to the X-Men? Fuck that." And he's already killed Dr. McGregor from the last time, and slap.
I wish he actually said that. You fucking talking to him? Fuck that.
Yeah. Should have. I need to write these books anyway. So he smashes Cyclops down. Now, why he doesn't kill Cyclops, I have no idea. Tactically, it makes more sense to kill this guy, especially if he can talk to the X-Men right now. So he just leaves Cyclops. He's like, "Fuck it, I don't need to kill y'all. Y'all can't stop us anyway." So Cyclops, since he leaves him alive, he just tells him everything that's going on. So yeah, the Sentinel, the AI have all been teaming up together to put Orchis and the X-Men against each other, and they've been trying to take over. Moria, Nimrod, Omega Sentinel, all these motherfuckers like that, they are trying to take over. And they're building their own city, and they're about to rise.
Damn.
Continue. So yeah. So I guess the next one, the X will finally fall. I guess I don't know. I think they're about to wrap shit up. They got nobody left to kill. They killed everybody. So yeah. What we got here? Marvel versus.
Yeah, I read that first Miss Marvel
is
mutant, whatever.
Yeah. You know Marvel's gonna do that shit. Synergy. Let's see who we got here. I brought the memories from when they used to Juvenile Hall. Good stuff, man. Yeah. We're trying to take you back. We're trying to back. That's what we do. Yeah, but that's all I got. Like I said, the X still falling. Pretty cool. I tried to get that clip of when Wolverine did that same panel in the Dark Phoenix saga, but I didn't have time. I was like, fuck it. Hopefully people know. Cliff knows exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. But anyway, overall, yeah, 4.5 out of 5, man. We have Wolverine killing people. Dr. Doom getting pissed off because they trying to kill people with Reed Richards shit. Yeah, I like that shit. So yeah, let's keep it going. All right, so yeah, what you got next?
Okay, this is Rook Exodus #1.
Man, I was so close, Eli. I was so close to buying this.
Yeah,
but it's been a rough week for me, so I couldn't really do it like I wanted.
Yeah, this is Jeff Johns. That new, was it called Ghost World or Ghost
Machine?
Ghost something. I can't remember. It's their new like creator owned universe on Image.
Yeah. I do know this. I think we've been saying Jason Fabok for the longest.
Yeah, Jason Fabok. Why is it not?
No,
that?
I don't think that's how you say his name.
Fabok.
I think that's how you say it. Something like that. I think we've been saying it wrong the whole time. Because I think I heard him say it in an interview one time like that. I'm like, oh, we've been fucking his name up. Anyway, yeah. Main thing about that guy is that I think he has some of the cleanest pencils in comics. Like, he's top 5.
He's a dope ass artist. Yeah.
And Jeff Johns, yes, I understand he is pissed off everybody he can. I still love his writing, man. He's still one of my favorite writers. That's all.
Yeah.
Man,
so yeah,
I told you Cliff knew that shit. I told you, look, Cliff named the number of the book. I knew Cliff knew that shit. Oh shit.
So yeah, this is the new sort of shared universe, comic book universe on Image with Jeff Johns, like Peter Tomasi, Gary Frank, or however you say his name.
And this is
Image
too, right?
It's on Image. So now I've read Geiger. I read that first arc of Geiger.
So this is also
that was him, and that was Jeff Johns and Gary Frank. That was like futuristic nuclear man, in like a post-apocalyptic world.
I have a theory. I have a theory of why Jeff Johns is excommunicado.
Okay.
Because maybe
because of Zack Snyder.
Not because of Zack Snyder. No, well, I mean maybe, but because heads were rolling this shit, and they kind of threw him in there. Also,
Joss Whedon.
No, I don't think he fought with Joss Whedon also, but I think it's because of the circles he's running. I think it's not because of him. I think it's because of Ethan Van Sciver.
Oh.
Now, for those who don't know who Ethan Van Sciver is, basically he claims he created Comicsgate. And if him and Jeff Johns are like buddy, and they kind of like And Jeff Johns will like quickly tell him shit. Like either subscriber be on his podcast and just be saying all kind of shit. DC gonna do this, DC gonna do that, DC gonna do that. And they end up doing that shit. Like 6 months later, they end up doing the exact same shit he did. Like, how did he know this shit? So obviously Jeff Johns is telling him shit ahead of time about what's going on. So maybe that's me making up shit, but I don't know. Maybe that's what's going on.
Because Jeff Johns was basically in charge of the DCU
Like
for a while.
That whole 5G shit. He said that shit like a year in advance, every single thing that was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Until James Gunn took over. Yeah, it was Jeff Johns.
It was Jeff Johns. He was the guy. So yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, Rock. Whatever.
Rook.
Yeah. Okay.
Rook Exodus, as in the chess piece, Rook.
Ah.
So this is basically it's a sci-fi future tale. Earth is uninhabitable.
Not Star-Lord.
Not Star-Lord. Earth is uninhabitable. So humans are now fleeing Earth to this terraform planet. I forget, is it called New World or something? Basically, they terraform this planet, and they basically put every like farming and plants, the animals, they're all in control. People can control everything on this planet. And only those who were able to afford it can go to this planet. So there's this like, social, commentary on, classism,
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, they're on this planet. The world engine starts failing. So people start leaving that planet, the terraform planet. And so this has left people, of course, the rich are already left. They took their nice fancy spaceships and left. But people who couldn't afford it, they've been trying to like scrap together spaceships and fly off this planet. Meanwhile, the world engine's failing. They were in control of the animals. This guy, this Rook guy or whatever, he was in control of crows. He was a farmer, so he can control crows to basically not fuck with his crops or scare other pests away and all that stuff.
Yeah. So what about the other one, like vultures and shit? What about
he runs into a bear. Bear comes and attack. Like early on in the comic, it gets attacked by a bear. He sends the crows after him. He tells the crows to just flock the bear, chase the bear away. Later on, we meet a guy who's in charge of pigs or like wild boars, like razorbacks, and then we get some flashback of how when he was on Earth, his dad owned a farm, but they couldn't afford to leave the planet, and then his dad ends up burning down the farm and leaves the inheritance to his son. The son uses the inheritance to get on one of the spaceships, buy his way onto one of the spaceships leaving the planet. That's how he's able to leave Earth. So yeah, like I said, there's like this classism, theme going on. But basically the engine is failing on that new planet. So they're not able to control. Sometimes the signal goes out and because they wear that mask. He wears the mask allows them to control the crows or the animals. So that keeps failing. And when it fails, they have no control of the animals, so the animals could attack them. And at the end, there's a guy controlling a bear. Yeah, controlling bears. And that's kind of where it ends. So it's kind of weird. Like there's all this sci-fi, futuristic sci-fi, environmental disaster shit going on. And then there's just weird shit where they're controlling animals on another planet. Like animal battles when animals attack on other planets and shit. So it's just kind of weird, but man, I don't know. Am I going to read the next issue? I don't know.
I have faith in it. I mean, like I said, it looks great.
The art is dope.
Yeah.
Fabok did Fabok, or was it Gary Frank who drew this? One of them two, any one of them, dope ass artists.
Both of them, yeah.
Yeah, so it looks dope, and it reads very well. It's very well written. It's paced very well. It's just kind of a weird concept,
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not sure I'm on board, but there are some other books on this imprint coming out. There's some horror books coming out that I'm sure Tomasi is writing. So I'm interested in checking those out. But like I said, I read Geiger. And then I think he had Junkyard Joe, which was another book that spun out of Geiger. But I only read the first arc of Geiger. I know there's been a bunch. I'm not current on Geiger. And then there's that Red Coat. That's another book on this in this ghost world or whatever it's called. But that's about an immortal, a guy, a red coat from England, like during the Revolutionary War.
Yeah,
he's immortal
at the same time. So yeah.
Yeah, so that's the other book that's coming out too. But I'm already reading Berserker about the immortal war.
Keanu Reeves, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't need to read another immortal guy, you know. So I just checked this one out. It's I'll give it a 4 out of 5 just for being original and having dope ass art. And so 4 out of 5.
Okay. Let's see if we can get some more comments. What do we got here? Sorry, I gotta blow them up before I can read them.
Yeah, I can't see them. I gotta put my glasses on.
Yeah, the fact that Batman don't kill people, but he does fuck them up is really true. Well, yeah. That's what he does. Yeah. Yeah, depending on the timeline, he might kill people too. He might do whatever.
Oh, Zack Snyder, he kills people.
Yeah. Michael Keaton killed people. He stuck dynamite down a dude's jockstrap and walked off and laughed at it. So shit. Wolverine and Nightcrawler
and the Hulk.
Top 3 favorites. We're not slow. We just can't read this shit. It would just
we switched to this format. I gotta put my I'm on my phone. I can.
Yeah, that's strong list. Shoot, give me top 5. You got give me 2 more on there. Let's see.
Oh no shit! That sounds awesome, Cliff. A vampire versus werewolf time travel book. Dope.
Nice. Okay. That's what I meant to tell you. Okay. I was gonna make this a thing, but I didn't make it a thing. You know that Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan are making like a time travel vampire movie where they fight the KKK.
Oh yeah, I saw that post. Yeah, that was from last week.
And I think like 2 actors from the Blade movie left the Blade movie to come over here. So
probably.
Yeah. No, I think that's true. I think that happened. I can't remember who it was, but I think it's them. So this is gonna be a better Blade movie than the Blade movie.
Well, yeah.
It's just funny to me, like why y'all wasting your time? Just everybody's jump over to the Michael B. Jordan movie or like that. My thing is this: why is Ryan Coogler doing this? Why he never going to Black Panther? I guess he like fuck Black Panther 3 or whatever the fuck like that.
Well, he was also producing and maybe writing that Bitterroot movie.
I thought that was Regina King. Oh, I see.
She was going to direct it.
She was directing it. Yeah. Okay.
But I know Ryan Coogler was like at least producing it and maybe possibly writing it. But I haven't heard shit from that. Was pre-COVID, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's pre-COVID, man. She's been
that was a while ago.
Directing other movies, starring other movies like that.
Yeah,
but now I'm hearing all this shit about this black vampire KKK movie. I'm like, I'm kind of on board for that. Let's see what happens with that.
Yeah, man. Shit. Since they canceled Lovecraft Country, shit.
Yeah, this is gonna be the closest thing we get. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit. All right, back on me. We were lollygagging too much. Let's get back in character. All right, so last book I'm going to do is, and Eli, I'm shocked you didn't read this. Immortal Thor number.
Nah, man, I fell off of this, but I saw the cover and I'm like, oh yeah, that's what's his face's Al Ewing's book, isn't he?
Yeah, it's Al Ewing's book. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'll be honest with you, Eli, this is my book of the week.
Okay.
Yeah. I was really impressed by this. I'm getting, because at first with this whole run, I was like, I don't know, man. But the more I get into it, I'm like, okay, Al, I see what you're doing. Let's see what hey guys, they need to do a 3 the hard way with Blade. Okay. Oh, I know what Cliff talking about. Was it 3 the hard way or was it 4 the hard way? I think it was a 4th time. Let me see. It was Blade, T'Challa, Cage. You forgetting one. I'm not gonna name it, Cliff. You name it. Who was the 4th one, Cliff? Come on, give it to me. Don't mess up, Cliff. I'm gonna hold your feet to the fire if you mess it up. It's a 4th one.
Rocket Racer? No.
And you better not Google it, Cliff, because I know you know it on top of your head. Anyway, what do we got here? So we got Enchantress. Hold on. No, Cliff. No, was Rhodey in the book? I don't think it was Rhodey. I'll tell you. It might have been Rhodey. I may be forgetting myself. It was Dr. Voodoo. He was the fourth one in that book. Yeah. And Falcon kept showing up where they were, and they kept saying they were busy and left. So he just kept following behind them. That shit was funny as hell. We're talking about a Black Panther Reggie Hudlin run from like the 06 run, I think. That's what it was. Yeah, anyway, the issue is Enchantress tearing up a Hulk comic. Why? I'm sorry, a Thor comic. Why it's important? We'll find out. Boom. Let's get to it. Okay. Get us out of there. Boom. There we go. All right. So the book opens up with Thor, bam, breaking into Roxxon Industry, going to the chairman of the board, Minotaur, and the chairman of Roxxon is a Minotaur. For those who don't know, they haven't been paying attention. Yeah.
This is from Al Ewing's Immortal Hulk run.
You're right. And also from Jason Aaron's Thor run. That's where he came from. So so he fights everybody. He's Roxxon. He fights everybody.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me see if Cliff gave it to me. Let me see if Cliff got the answer for me. Everybody hey Sam Wilson. It was funny as hell when they kept doing it. Hey guys, what you doing? We busy, man. Go somewhere. Anyway, so we got Dario Auger, the Minotaur, showing up in the book, and he's just like, Thor, why you break my shit? I spent diamonds and pearls on this shit like that. It cost me $1 million. He's like, oh really? Well, how much that disc cost? He was like, well, that disc is made out of bam, and he breaks it. It's firewood. I don't give a fuck what it is. So like, Thor, why are you here? Why are you pissed off at me? Like, you just come here for no reason? He like, the reason I'm here, because the reason he's here, you remember the first issue where he had to fight like some kind of huge titan and shit like that in the first.
Oh, that big giant thing.
Yeah, the big giant thing. Okay, so what's been going on is that all those monsters that's been coming at, they've been sending a bunch of monsters after him, like him and some other monsters come after him. So the thing is, they're all related to Thor on his mama side.
Okay.
Yeah, so Gaia has been sending those monsters to destroy the Earth.
Well, isn't his mom the Phoenix or some shit now or some shit?
Well, no, but the Phoenix is it's complicated. Okay, I'll explain it real quick. No, Gaia.
Didn't Jason Aaron write that?
Jason Aaron wrote that. Okay, so Gaia is his birth mother, but somehow the Frost Giant killed Thor when he was a baby. So the Phoenix resurrected him. So the Phoenix looks at Thor like it's weird. Anyway, but his mother Gaia is trying to destroy the planet because corporations are destroying the planet. So she's like, I'm just getting rid of people, so I'll be okay. So Thor basically telling the most evil corporation that is Microsoft, or Amazon, it's a stand-in for all of them. He's like, look, this might well be Jeff Bezos. It doesn't really matter. He's like telling him, look, y'all need to stop y'all evil ways, or Gaia is going to kill everybody on this planet because y'all are a threat to her. She sees y'all as a threat. And y'all don't care what happens to the regular people. He's like, oh, really, Thor? And then that's when he's like, you don't do this, you're gonna end the world. He's like, that's what I want to happen. So then he shows this apocalyptic planet. And he's like, Thor's like, what the fuck are we doing here? And you see the Earth destroyed, and all you see is a Roxxon bubble. And Thor's like, did you transfer me to? Are we in the future? They're like, no. This is a hologram. I had my IT guys whip this up. This proof of concept. They're like, oh, okay. And Thor's like, wait a minute, this is a little bit too real to be a hologram. I mean, so anyway, he goes to it, and basically Dario Arger shows him the inside of the dome, and it's suburb place like that. And basically what it is, the Earth is destroyed, but anybody who pays for Amazon's premium package, Roxxon premium package, can live in the dome.
Roxxon Prime,
right? You get a premium package, you can live in the bubble, and you can be okay. And he walking by and sees this lady, and Thor walks by, and that's clearly the Enchantress. Thor knows the Enchantress, seen the Enchantress, does not recognize the Enchantress standing right there. So she's just sitting there drinking lemonade, sipping lemonade, while her lawnmower guy has a slave collar on him right now. I guess a shot collar. So, and Thor just straight up asking, they've been fighting all this time. They've been fighting Dario Arger. He realized he'd been doing this thing sometimes. So Thor straight up asked him, dude, why are you evil? Why are you willing to sacrifice the planet just to make a buck? He just straight up asked him. He was like, okay, Thor, you really want to know the real answer? I could tell you some shit that I do on Rock's Tube, to rile up that side, to get them angry and shit like that. Or I can tell you I was bullied as a kid, or I want to do it as for revenge, or I want to do it for love. I want people to accept me and all this shit like that. None of that shit is true. Do you want to know the real reason why I'm evil, Thor, and why I will do anything to make a buck? For the numbers. All I care about is the numbers. I just want my numbers to go up. Because the higher my numbers go up, That means I'm winning, and the better I am. And I don't care what I have to do to get my numbers to go up. That's all that matters. So I don't really give a fuck about the planet or anything. This planet blows up, and then this Roxxon bubble here. Why don't you go to the planet and start this whole shit over again? So you're like, damn, you. Matter of fact, Thor on your left. So that lawnmower guy, bam, is really Scourge in disguise and smash him with an axe. And Dario Agger's looking at Scourge like, why isn't Thor chopped in two? You hit him with an axe. You're like, well, first off, you gave me this bullshit ass axe instead of the real axe that I have. Otherwise, Thor would have been chopped in two. But don't worry about it. I'm gonna get the job done. It's gonna take him a few more hits. So that's when he's about to get him, and Thor gets Mjolnir, and somehow Mjolnir isn't working on either one of the axes. Like, what the fuck going on? And he grabs his axe. Thor has his own axe that Loki gave to him, or he made with Loki. And he's like, oh, you got a weapon, Thor? Oh, I got two weapons with me right now. Dis and Destroy. And knocks him out so hard, he knocks him out of the comic. So, and then the next panel, he actually sees him outside of the Roxxon building falling. And for those that don't know, Thor actually can't fly. He flies Mjolnir. So he calls Mjolnir and the axe to him. Only Mjolnir calls, the axe doesn't come. So he flies up there, and Scourge has his axe. He's like, yeah, Thor, I like this axe. Too bad you didn't put an inscription on it so people can't lift it. You know, even though it's too heavy for regular people, Asgardians are strong enough to lift this axe. So, and basically he's telling him, like, look, Thor, I just had a prophet. There's a prophecy going on right now that anybody who holds both of these godly weapons are going to die. So give me Mjolnir, and I will take the bullet for you again, like I did when we fought Muspelheim. And Thor's like, oh, if you want to go to Valhalla that bad, don't worry, I'll send you there. That was cool last line. Then Enchantress finally exposed herself, blast Thor, and she basically just berates him some more, basically telling, oh yeah, Thor, don't think I forgot. Yeah, you let Scourge die, but what about Heimdall? You let Heimdall die. You let a mortal kill him. You let my sons die. You let all these Asgardians die. What you been doing? Run around doing other bullshit? And matter of fact, I think Heimdall was killed by Bullseye, if I remember correctly. Like, how the fuck that happened? I don't know. Anyway, so Enchantress puts him back in the bubble, and Thor's just like, what the fuck is going on? And Enchantress is right there. He still doesn't recognize Enchantress. He was like, what the fuck going on? So he was like, Enchantress, stop this bullshit. You're like, oh, you finally recognized it. And she was like, okay, how are you doing this magic? How are you enchanting me right there? He's like, oh, Thor, I'm using the oldest magic of all. I'm using the magic of storytelling. Because we're gods. Yeah, that's why we're like, oh, Al Ewing is going there. And basically telling them that we're gods. Because here's the thing, stories are our kryptonite. Because gods are only as strong as the stories told about them. You tell them stories about them, we get stronger. If you don't tell any stories about them, we get weaker. That's how we survive. Like, oh shit. So it's the art of storytelling. That's it. And Dario Agger shows up, and he was like, I don't like the word art. I like content. So Thor is trying to fight him, and he smashes him. He's like, hey, Thor, that's all you are to me is content. You are nothing more. And he was like, look, and Thor's like, I don't know what the fuck any of y'all talking about. I don't know what y'all doing here. All I know is one thing. You are going to die today. So you beast in a man's skin, let's go. And before he can do that, Scourge shows up again, trying to take the weapon. Thor headbutts him, all that shit like that. Anyways, get to the very end about what's going on. And Dario shows up and just telling him, no, Thor, you understand. You were just content to me. I wasn't joking about that. You are. They're like, what are you talking about, man? Okay, here's the thing. And he pulls out a comic book where Thor has a Roxxon hammer, and he is Thor, hero of Roxxon. That's what it says. Like, remember this, Thor? And see, they're making that you gave your likeness away to people to tell your stories, and not just the old Asgard stories like from way back in the day. No, they're telling like your stories now. They're chronicling your stories right now. So guess what? The company that's telling your stories, I bought them. I own your intellectual property, Thor. So all your stories belong to me. I can tell your stories however I want to. And he was like, and how did you do this? Enchantress helped me do it. Because Enchantress, you're like, okay, I'm not Loki. I'm not the guy that stories like he is. But here's the thing. The little magic I do have, Dario helped me out. Because I can alter the stories a little bit. I can alter this one comic. But the thing is, Dario infrastructure with Roxxon can get these stories out to anybody. Because guess what? Yeah, it may be just a comic. But guess what? What does this comic entail? This comic spawns movies. This comic can spawn video games, TV shows, carrot topping, cake, batter, everything. You're a machine, Thor, and I control the machine. So however I tell people to write these comics or how you are going to appear. You see how you can't figure out anything right now because I really told your dumbass that this is a hologram instead of actually being reality warping because I made you stupid in the comic. That's why you stupid right now. You're like, oh, I still don't know what's going on. That's the whole point.
We have just now crossed into Grant Morrison territory.
We're in some real Grant Morrison shit right now. So he wrote the comic, and that's what Thor is trying to tell him. He was like, yes, that's what we're doing. We're basically doing major distribution because we control your narrative now, Thor. And he was like, matter of fact, why don't you look inside the comic? Why don't you think like? And don't worry, we're not gonna sucker punch you or anything like that. So he grabs the comic and see what the hell is going on. And when he picks up the comic. And Enchantress just telling him, don't worry, Thor. It's just a comic. But while he's reading the comic, the Thor that was in the comic comes to life. To be continued. And the next issue is actually going to be Thor of Roxxon. That's the issue. The issue that Thor is reading is the issue that Al Ewing's making next issue.
Ah, shit. Remember?
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No. I'm saying this is basically like kicking off a whole event that's about to come up right now, but like Roxxon basically buys Marvel. So yeah. Okay, yeah. Because remember in the Immortal Hulk run, Roxxon had was it Zemu? Zemu, the what do you call the original Hulk or something?
Yeah, and how they weaponized nostalgia or whatever.
Yeah.
There was that whole shit.
He used the Mandela effect as a superpower.
Yeah, the Mandela. It
was crazy as fuck.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, Al Ewing wrote that shit too.
Yeah, I'm liking Al Ewing going to that level because with how was the execution? I don't know. Cliff, honestly, I was thinking that, but I kind of just let it go. And he even explains how he died, but never explained how he came back. So I'm pretty sure they explain how he came back in like another issue. I didn't read that. Love this. Yeah. Like I said, it's an awesome story. I love what Al Ewing is doing with it. It is very Grant Morrison-y. It is very almost Al Morris. I mean, I'm sorry. Who did Watchmen? Why am I drawing a blank?
Who did Watchmen?
Yeah.
Oh.
Who did Watchmen? I don't. Eli, they're gonna take our card if we
Goddamn! Why am I? Did you just give me a Mandela?
Why are we drawing a blank, Eli?
Alan Moore.
Alan Moore. Why did I fuck that up? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like I did too. Like why?
Like
you said Mandela effect, and I forgot everything.
Like how do we not know? We know this stuff. Like, well, okay, it's Kathleen Kennedy. Yes, Kathleen Kennedy is the cause of the eclipse tomorrow or today. Yes. Yeah, Minotaur. Yeah, it was me, Thor, all along.
No, remember? Was that Jeff Lemire? No, that was Grant Morrison, right? Who took Animal Man,
and knew he was in a comic, yeah.
And like he had the power to like shrink the panel and kill the guy or whatever. He shrunk a panel and crushed it.
And it's something like this shit when like Executioner punched Thor out of the panel. Like, okay, they're going there. Okay. Thank you, Cliff. I don't know why we didn't know that. We know this. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
the most common name of all time.
Right. If for some reason, like both of us just drew a blank, so we're like, we're getting dumber reading this shit, I guess. I don't know. We're like Thor. Oh man. So yeah, but yeah, like you said, with Animal Man, like he knew he was in a cartoon or some shit, and knew he was in a comic. Yeah. But the thing is, see, we see this on DC side all the time, Eli. Marvel rarely goes to this high concept shit like this. Like they really don't do that. So that's why I'm wondering how people are receiving this right now for Thor, because that's really how almost the only way you can write a Thor comic, because he's so fucking powerful. This is how you tell a story with Thor, where you have high stakes. But it might be a little bit over people's heads with the stuff they're doing right now. I'm not saying we're smart anything like that. I'm just saying it might be over people's head.
Well, like I said, Al Ewing got really deep in that Immortal Thor run. Immortal Hulk run. Sorry.
Yeah, and I kept wanting to call Thor Hulk in it. Jake, honestly, you may be mad at me. I haven't heard it yet. I'm going to. I had some bullshit I was dealing with last week, but I'm gonna listen to it. I may review it next week. He wants to review the Beyonce album.
Beyonce. I thought it said the Beyonder.
In depth on the Beyonder, like no. Matter of fact, that's why my name is Cowboy Curtis right here. Because like Cowboy Carter. Eli, do you know who Cowboy Curtis is?
Is that from Pee Wee's Playhouse?
I'm sad that you know that. Yes, it is. I was hoping you wouldn't know that.
I'm old, man.
You are old. I thought for sure I would stump you on that, but yeah. Yeah, that's what we got right now. But no, Eli, Jake, I'm gonna give you a Beyonce review next week when I actually sit down and listen to it. So yeah. Oh, shoot. Anything else we got or?
No, I'm booked out, man. Like I said, I read some other books, but I'm just like, you know.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I got. Like I said, we've been reviewing comics. We know we missed last week. Hopefully, we made up for it this week. Now that we're on that side of the YouTube spectrum, don't worry. If you want to catch us next week, we're going to be on Geeks and Gamers. We're going to join them.
You name dropped them again, man.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. They're sponsoring us now, so yeah.
Yeah, we're canceled now. We're going to be canceled.
Yeah, we're canceled. Our geekery is definitely going to kick us out when they see this shit. You still going, checking, going, I didn't know you saw that post, Cliff. I'm thinking about it. If Cliff, let me know when it's done, and I might do it. I don't know. For those who don't know, Shaq has been like a restaurant in Monroe, Louisiana, and I'm thinking like, shit, I don't know. I might check that out.
Oh, he's going to go to a restaurant?
No, he's building a restaurant.
Oh, he's building a restaurant
in Monroe, Louisiana. Yeah. Any new horror stuff?
Eli, am I covering any horror stuff coming out? Yeah, I haven't seen it. Like I just mentioned before, I'm reading that book 3 and Stephen Graham Jones slasher series, the Jay Daniels Indian Lake series. I'm almost done with the 3rd book. And then I'll be writing a review for A Tribe Called Geek for that. But no, I haven't seen really anything lately.
Okay, another thing I want to talk about, Eli. Speaking of horror, talk to me. I remember you reviewed it. I didn't bother looking it up, but
yeah.
What'd you think about it?
I loved it. I thought it was dope.
You loved okay. It's on Paramount Plus. I think, I remember Eli talking about it. I can't remember what he said about it. So I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna watch that tomorrow.
Yeah, no, it's good. I rarely like possession, supernatural horror, but that was really good.
Okay, cool. Definitely gonna check that out. Oh, yes, Cliff, you do see y'all. Appreciate you for that X-Men 134 shout out where Wolverine did that thing because I don't know why I was on a blank right then, but yeah.
I guess I could. I should have thought. I'll do it next week. But last week, was it last week on The Bad Batch? Asajj Ventress finally showed up.
She found it. Okay.
They didn't tell her how
going on, or
yeah, they didn't tell her. They didn't say why she's still alive, but yeah, she showed up
somehow.
Somehow, yeah.
We'll find it on Fortnite. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all we got. Like I said, appreciate everybody listening. Like I said, if you listen along in 30 seconds, we appreciate you. Like I said, this may be our last podcast. I agree because once they find out what we said on this shit, they may kick us out. I don't know. Let's see. Did they? We already did miss Ready Talk. You missed it.
Well, that was like way at the beginning. You can rewind it, man. It's on YouTube, man.
Yeah, well, once we kind of just go back to the beginning.
Just hit replay.
Just hit replay. That's not like we're just gonna be gone forever. The bad bitch. Bad bitches.
The Bad Batch has been good. It's still just fixing the Rise of Skywalker. That's all it is. They're just that's all it's for is just giving a reason why they resurrected Palpatine. That's all. That's the purpose of the Bad Batch. But it's been good. So yeah.
Okay. Like I said, appreciate everybody checking it out. If you listen right now, rewind it, go back to the beginning because we said some good shit in the beginning. Good. If you want to fast forward to when we finally get canceled, I will timestamp it. You just listen to it right there, and you can be like, "See, this is why I don't fuck with these guys." So there you go. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel.
Somebody hit me the other day for a rendezvous. Was it the bitch that fucked the goodie and the dungeon crew? Let's say her name was Susie Screw, cause she screwed a lot. making a nigga hit that chunk at legitimate spots. Not no parks, back seats, and things of that nature. Had to hate your player. I'm digging the hoe down, never said I paid her. Straight later, slayed the bitch like Darth Vader. Made her from College Park and Fed, all the way down to Decatur. Like Jada, her whip was sharp and sporty, that was shouty. Saved the snake on eggs in a Beamer 840. It's foggy. I went to the crib to call her, but she lost me. My baby mama beat me. 7 o'clock is gonna cost me, but I still wanna cut her though. Maybe she had to work. I called her in the mall, wearing a real tight skirt. She was fine as fuck. I wanted to sex the hoe up. She said, let's hit the parking lot so I can sick your duck. I say, cool. I really wanted to cut you, but this will do. I gotta pick up my daughter, plus my baby mama beat me too. She said she understood and everything was kosher. I gave her a little Will CD and a fucking poster. It's like that now. It's like that now. You better go and get the hoe about your bag now. It's about 4, 5 cats off in my leg now. We just shoot game in the form of story raps now. It's like that now. It's like that now.
Now Susie Screw had a partner named Sasha Thumper. I remember her number like the summer when her and Susie, yeah, they threw a slumber party, but you cannot call it that cause it was slumber. Well, it was more like spending the night, 3 in the morning, yawning, dancing under street lights. We chilling like a villain and a nigga feeling right in the middle of the ghetto on the curb, but despite all of the bullshit, we on our back staring at the stars above, talking about what we gon' be when we grow up. I said, what you wanna be? She said, alive. It made me think for a minute, then looked in her eyes. I could've died. Time went on. I got grown. Rhyme got strong. Mine got blown. I came back home to find little Sasha was gone. Her mama said she would a nigga that be treating her wrong. I kept on singing my song and hoping at a show that I would one day see her standing in the front row. But 2 weeks later, she got found in the back of a school with a needle in her arm. Baby, 2 months due. Sasha Thumper.
It's like that now. You better go and get the hoe about your bag now. It's about 4, 5 cats off in my leg now. We just shoot game in the form of story raps now. It's like that now. It's like that now. It's like that now. You better go and get the hoe about your bag now. It's about 4, 5 cats off in my leg now. We just shoot